Here we are, back at Orwell's. Yeah, I can't keep away. What are we on? Oh, I had to try it again, didn't I? Yeah, it's the Suzuki Vstrom 800. Yeah, not a V at all. Yeah. Well, fairing's on its lowest setting, I think. Oh, look at that. What a display. Yeah, marvellous, isn't it? No, you have to do it physically. Yeah. So, into gear, we'll get going. Oh, look at that. Traction control on. That's just marvellous, isn't it? This is so smooth and so solid. Oh, I like it. I forgot. I was so excited last time I rode it. But here we go. Oh, quick shifter as well. Marvellous. Bit of buffeting, but it is on its lowest setting. I should have moved it up before I set off. Yeah. So we'll see how we go anyway, because I won't be going crazy because the roads are damp and cold. And we've got traffic, so what I might do is just bring you. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we can squeeze through there. Wonderful. Yeah, so if you want to know whether you can filter a bit, there you go. Get that mirror set up, because it's not set up at the moment. He's following us. There we go. So even at low speeds, that gear shifter seems to work really well. Look at that, no trouble at all. But what have we got? Well, obviously we've got a twin, but not a V. We've got 80, something like 81 brake horsepower, is it? And 76, I want to say, Newton meters of torque. Not too shabby, is it? More than ample for touring and doing whatever it is you want to do. Obviously I'm here stuck in traffic. Yeah, I'll bring you back when I get through it. Right, unfortunately stuck behind this van, but that's life, isn't it? Yeah, so where were we? Newton meters of torque, yeah, about 76, 77, something like that. I might have got those two numbers the wrong way. If I have, I'll change it on the screen. Yeah. Seat height though, Dave, you're not getting on it. Sorry, mate. 855 millimeters. Oh, what's that in inches? It's about 34 inches, I reckon. Which happens to be my inside leg. So it's almost like Suzuki modelled this bike for me. Yeah, wonderful. 20 litre tank. This is in like a bluey grey colour. I quite like it, to be honest. Yeah, I'll give you a little wipe because it is raining a bit, and this is the perfect bike for that. Yeah. The wind, as we seem to have suffered, well, it is post-Christmas, I suppose, absolutely blowing a hoolie, and the bike doesn't move. So aerodynamically, I would say pretty good. The quick shifters, marvellous. All sorts of settings, as you know, traction control, switchable as well. Yeah. Nobody really messes with them. I know that. Everyone I've spoken to that just leaves it, finds a setting and just leaves it there. Because most of the time we're on the road, aren't we? I guess if you were going down some gnarly tracks or something, if you're out having an adventure, then you might want to play with it a bit more. But you'd need to practice. So I don't think people really bother that much. Comfort-wise, absolutely fine. I would say the clutch is light as a feather, but it's sort of immaterial really, unless you're stopping. But I'll bring you back when we get through here. Right, yeah. So comfort-wise, the ergonomics, the triangle, absolutely fine. Let's get down here. I was deciding which way to go just then. Handling, absolutely lovely. You can feel it. I know I'm not ragging it. There'll be people saying, how can you tell? Well, one, experience, but two, just the way it feels, even at slow speed, it's solid. It sits on the road. It only does what you ask of it. Yeah, I like this. Apart from the buffeting, which I reckon could be altered. Yeah. Slippery, greasy roads downhill. Yeah. And grates. Watch those. Oh, it's just lovely. I mean, this bike's only done about 30 miles, so the tyres and the brakes will need bedding in. Another reason for not going crazy, as well as the 50 mile an hour wind and the rain. Oh, it just pulls so lovely, and that quick shifter is so smooth. Yeah, you see, if I duck down, a lot of that buffeting disappears. So yeah, it's no trouble at all, even in this high wind on a dual carriageway, even at relatively slow speeds. I'm hoping that the buffeting isn't too much. What I'll do is I'll pull over here and we'll do a walk round. Yeah, I'll find somewhere nice and quiet just to do a bit of a walk round. I say quiet. I'm not sure it'll be that quiet with this wind that we've got, but let's have a look at it. So, I reckon this'll do just here. Yeah, marvellous. Side stand down, over we go, ignition off. And let's have a little look at it. Yeah. Oh, there you go. It is a nice looking thing, isn't it? Yeah, and I really like that colour. Marvellous. So, here we are. Suzuki Vstrom 800. It's just lovely. I was slightly wrong about this wonderful engine. It's got 83 brake horsepower and 78 newton meters of torque, so it's better than I said. Upside down forks with Nissan twin brakes on the front, which, you know, given this is a brand new bike, work wonderful. That exhaust, well, emissions and all that, they're never beautiful, are they? No. But that, you know, it's all tucked away. It's only the back box that looks a bit large, shall we say. You get all the luggage for it. The screen, it's on its lowest setting. No good for me. Needs to be much higher. The stacked headlamps as well. Controversial. Some people hate it. Some people like it. I quite like it. It's a bit different. Yeah. That seat, it's dead comfy. Really is. And the light, just like the old Vstrom, I think. Nice little indicators. Sorry, I've got the bike dirty. That quick shifter works absolutely perfectly. Faultless, I would say. If you've got one, you'll know. Anvil mirrors work just absolutely fine. And that dash, it's just lovely. Brrr, ding, Suzuki, yeah, marvellous. And let's have a, oh, it's saying service. No, oh, service has gone off. Let's have a look what the headlamp looks like. So there's your day running. Yeah, not bad, is it? Let's get it turned off. Don't want flat battery going flat. And look, metal square, just as I like it. Wonderful. 20 litre tank. Yeah, that'll cost a bob or two to fill, won't it? And get you a fair few miles, I would imagine. But there you go, Suzuki Vstrom 800, just lovely. Right, here we are, back on board. Ignition on. Brrr, ding. Oh, wonderful service in 561 miles. Oh, look at that. Right, let's get going and get on to the senses test. Yeah. Oh, that quick shifter just works all the time, every time. Wonderful. It is raining now. Proper. So I might have to keep giving you a wipe. But yeah, the senses. What would it taste like? Well, I'm not sure what this would taste like. In this colour, it's quite an unusual colour. So it's got to be some kind of mint, I reckon. Very cool and refreshing. And the smell is absolutely divine. This really is. Yeah. Obviously no smell of oil or water or anything, just a smell of newness. Everything new. Let's get up here. Oh, it's just wonderful. Hey up. Oh, we've got someone on a push bike going uphill. Yeah, they're struggling a bit. Yeah, this probably looks flat to you, but I'm telling you, in front of this van is a cyclist who would beg to differ. Yeah. I don't know if you can see. Oh, he's sat down now. Wonderful. Then to look at, well, it definitely looks like an adventure bike, but it looks more sporty. Yeah, and I think in actual fact for touring, I think I'd rather have something a bit more sporty. I mean, this seems to have all the advantages of the adventure bike, though it does have, and you will have noticed on the walkaround obviously, the wheel's the same size. There's no 21-inch wheel on this baby. No, and some people very often go for the smaller wheeled version, like the Triumph do the GT and the Rally, and a lot of people prefer the GT, and that's probably what Suzuki were thinking. Yeah, that's what I'd say. So to look at, it looks like an adventure bike, but a sporty adventure bike, and it feels like a sporty little number. It is very comfy, all the switches and everything, just intuitive. Yeah. There we go. Oh, lovely. A quick shifter. Oh, marvellous. Give you a little wipe. Oh, he pushed it. I'll bring you back when the lights change. So, to touch and feel, it feels quality. Yeah, Suzuki, always sort of thought of, I think, as the economy brand of the Japanese manufacturers, and they're always reasonably priced bikes, but they're always good bikes. They've been bulletproof, haven't they? The old Vstroms, the GSX range, all those engines, they've been practically bulletproof, and Suzuki have sort of relied on that, and now they're having to do something a bit different, I think, a bit newer, but I like them, old or new Suzukis. Yeah, wonderful, and nothing feels cheap on it, nothing at all. Very nice indeed. And then the sound, well, it's a parallel twin 800 liquid cooled. It does have a slight sound and a slight feel of the V-twin, and I don't know if that's anything to do with the angle of the engine or the crank or anything like that. I don't know, not being a mechanic at all. But yeah, lovely. And that brings us down to the sixth sense. How does it make me feel? Safe, secure. I mean, it's crappy weather today. I did manage to find a sheltered spot to do that walk round. But there you go. Yeah. That's how it makes me feel. Would I have one? Yeah, of course I would. I said it the first time. I'd quite like a 650 Vstrom as well. And maybe that is the ultimate winter bike. I think it's the ultimate bike, to be honest. But I'm spoilt, aren't I? I've got a selection, so I can actually go a bit more specialist with bikes. Yeah. But this is a marvellous bike, and I would dearly like one. It'd certainly do the commute into work easily enough. It would certainly do the longer trips and the work trips that I have to do. No trouble at all. Get the boxes on. Could pop home to God's own country every now and then. Absolutely wonderful. The price, well, yeah. They don't come cheap, but none of them do. And I guess you'd have to compare this on price. I guess it'd be the Tiger 850 Sport or something like that, which is another marvellous bike, but the same kind of money, maybe even a little bit cheaper in the sales. Yeah. Anyway, I do have to take it back, and I seem to have spent a lot of time sat still at traffic lights. Yeah. Right, hit a light green then, which, but then a red one just to boot. Right, yeah, as I say, got to take it back, and I am almost back. And I came on my SV, and in the way the weather is deteriorating right now, I'd rather be going home on this. Yeah. But there you go. That's life, isn't it? Let's get around here. That is very, very nice. It's so easy, so well balanced of a motorbike. Let's get it over here. Into neutral, just like that. Side stand down without looking. Over it goes. Ignition off. And let's have one last look at it. It's definitely a tall baby. But look at that. What a marvellous bike. Suzuki Vstrom 800. Here at Orwell's. Suzuki. What more can I say? A perfect combination. A marriage made in heaven even. Ta-ta.